A few years ago, in 2012, a little while before Lucasfilm was acquired by Disney, and long before I even thought about starting Talk Star Wars, I'd had another idea, an idea for a story that would go on to become a project that Paul, who you know from the podcast, and I could do together, and it took a couple of years. The story was called Hindsight, and it became a script that we wrote together. We started off just with scrappy little ideas here and there, a few themes. We knew we wanted this story to be about time travel, and we knew that we wanted to tell a story that was set inside a paradox. Most time travel stories try and avoid a paradox. Like Marty, if he does something, it'll be a disaster. We wanted to walk straight into that, and we wanted our story to be set inside a paradox. One of the characters knew they had to do certain things in order for the timeline to remain unaltered. So instead of avoiding doing things, they knew they were a part of history, they had to do them. So our characters were, the two main characters were a young guy, and then an older version of himself that comes back from the future and recruits him to be a part of this team. Think of it like a time traveling Thomas Crown affair. But the guy from the future is not being entirely honest, because he knows that there are certain things that need to be done in the past that will shape the events that he recognises through the benefit of his hindsight. We played around with plenty of different themes, and one of the things was to build in real world historical events, which we did a lot of and had a lot of fun with it. And the reason I'm talking about this is that last week a Talk Star Wars listener sent me something, and inside this thing they sent me, I won't go into details, was an image that triggered an idea that might mean hindsight can go again. So going back a couple of years to when we were writing this thing, the first thing Paul and I did was we went and met in a pub where we do all our best thinking. We went and met in this pub, and we were talking about the ideas, sketching out a few ideas, a few themes, we had this visual sense of a couple of things that needed to happen in the film. And I remember saying to Paul, I can't wait for the time where we've written this thing and we have a manuscript. We have a stack of paper with our story on it. And that is this. This is the first draft of Hindsight, which I've had bound into a book by a friend of mine. It's the story, and it's a bunch of concept art, and it's basically the script with all the typos and spelling errors and everything that goes with it. I love this thing. Paul and I both love the story, but we took it as far as we could. We worked on this thing for years and years, and Paul worked very hard sort of networking, finding people who could get us in the door at studios and with production companies and with TV companies, and we spoke to everybody, every major player in Hollywood, every junior member of staff at all the major players in Hollywood, because we didn't get that far in the door. We had to meet with the low-level people who were very quick to tell us no, that they weren't dealing with time travel, that things, unless someone told us that it wasn't original enough, but it would never go anywhere because it wasn't based on a property like a video game or a comic book. Where's the originality there? Anyway, we did get a couple of nibbles though. We got very positive feedback from a major TV studio, and we got the interest of one particular actor who inspired us a lot, inspired a specific character within the story. He sent us a really encouraging tweet, which I will put on screen. And then it all goes quiet, as it does. You know, you speak to all these people, it's this fast and furious period, and you think it's going to go, you get your hopes up. With the TV thing, I thought that I was going to have to get myself to Los Angeles so I could meet with these people in person and really sell this thing, and then it all just died. It all just goes away. But I really don't want to give up on this thing. I really think this story is something special, and I really think that people need to see it, hear it, or read it. So I'm going to push this thing forward in another medium. And that's about all I can say at the moment, because I haven't spoken to some other parties that need to be involved in this. But I definitely think Hindsight's got a future. I'm very proud of it. I've very much enjoyed the time Paul and I have spent working on it. I'm disappointed that it never did become a TV show or a movie. But I think we might need to take a different approach with it and take this thing into another medium. Right, I thought I'd share that with you today. I know it's not about Star Wars, but it's very personal to me, and it's something that I put a lot of time and effort into, and I really want to see something come of it. So when I know more, I will do another one of these things. Hopefully I'll have more to share then. Okay, that's it. That's Hindsight. You can check out Hindsight at Hindsight Script on Twitter, which is the account that we built for this project. And you can check us out on Facebook. I'll put a link in the show notes. I think it's facebook.com/Hindsight Script. But I'll put a link in the description to this video down below, so you can head over there and check that out. Okay, that's it for this vlog. See ya. Let's talk about Loot Crate. Are you on a quest for epic gear, housewares and collectibles? Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20